Nigeria's Immigration Authority have uncovered what they describe as a network of regular migrants operating in Osun State after 55 nationals of Cameroon and the Democratic Republic of Congo were arrested at different locations across the state. The migrants were paraded by the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) Osun State Command following intelligence-led operations that reportedly traced them to residents in the state. According to the Immigration Authority, the migrants entered Nigeria through unauthorized routes and were unable to produce valid travel documents when questioned. The development has raised fresh concerns about irregular migration, undocumented businesses, and the monitoring of foreign nationals operating within Nigeria. Speaking after the migrants were paraded, the Osun Comptroller of Immigration, Abraham Akinyemi, said the arrests were carried out after intelligence gathered by the command helped officers identify the locations where the migrants were staying. Akinyemi said the operation was conducted under directives from the NIS headquarters and the Comptroller General of Immigration. These people are about 55. They were irregular migrants. They were arrested and brought here for repatriation, he said. According to him, the migrants allegedly entered Nigeria through an unauthorized route, making their continued stay in the country a matter of concern to immigration authorities. The comptroller said officers visited different locations where the migrants were believed to be residing before bringing them to the Immigration Command for profiling and verification. The authorities then examined their documents to determine whether any of the individuals could legally regularize their stay in Nigeria. However, according to Akinyemi, none of the 55 migrants was found to possess the required travel documentation. We checked all of them, and we discovered that they don't have any travel documents. They don't even have ordinary passports, he said. The immigration authorities also alleged that the migrants were involved in an online business that was not registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission (CAC). Some of the migrants were reportedly living in Owode-Ede community, although immigration officers said their investigation was continuing and that they were still searching for other suspected irregular migrants who could be operating from undisclosed locations. The nature of the alleged online businesses has also attracted attention. According to Akinyemi, the migrants told investigators that they were in Osun State to participate in an online business known as QNet. The migrants reportedly did not provide immigration officials with further details about the nature of their activities. The comptroller said authorities were not only interested in the migrants themselves, but would also investigate the people who allegedly facilitated their movements into the state. He said those found to have brought the migrants into Osun could also face action. They also claimed to have come through Yola, Adamawa State. By the grace of God, we are taking them back to where they came from, Akinyemi said. The Immigration Command's position is that the operation is only the beginning of a wider exercise to identify and address irregular immigration in the state. The authorities are expected to continue intelligence gathering and visit to locations suspected of harboring undocumented foreign nationals. One of the migrants, identified as Ishmael Mohammed from Cameroon, gave investigators an account of how he arrived in Osun. Mohammed said he entered the state in February 2026 after being invited by a woman living in Chad to participate in an online business. His account is now part of the information being examined by immigration authorities as they investigate how the migrants entered Nigeria and who facilitated their movement. The arrests also come against the wider backdrop of concerns over Nigeria's porous borders and the movement of people through unofficial routes. While the immigration authorities have described the individuals as irregular migrants. The development does not automatically mean that every person arrested has committed a criminal offense beyond immigration violations. The authorities must establish the individual circumstances of each person, including their identity, nationality, method of entry, and activities in Nigeria. The Immigration Service said those who are eligible for lawful regularization would be assessed accordingly, while those found to have no legal basis to remain in the country could be repatriated. The issue of undocumented foreign nationals is particularly sensitive because Nigeria hosts citizens from different African countries who travel for business, employment, education, and other legitimate reasons. At the same time, authorities have repeatedly raised concerns about individuals entering the country outside approved immigration channels. The Osun operation therefore highlights the challenge facing security and immigration agencies in tracking people who enter through unofficial routes and establish themselves in communities without proper documentation. In a related development, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, in Kwara State has also reported the arrest of 12 suspected illegal migrants from Mali. The suspects were reportedly apprehended in the Akarabieta area of Ilori following information provided by concerned residents. According to the report, the arrest followed a tip-off concerning suspicious activities at a two-bedroom apartment occupied by the suspects. The individuals were identified as Umar Sangari, Bubu Bill, Modibo Keta, Madu Jallo, Bakere Sumu, Saiku Dubia, Manda Abubakar, Male Siaka, Seko Bari, Lamin Bako, Bayeboli, and Zuman Theory. The suspects were reportedly arrested at about 10 p.m. after security personnel acted on the information received. Authorities said the apartment had allegedly been rented through a local agent under circumstances they consider suspicious. The separate development in Kwara demonstrates that concerns surrounding irregular migration are not limited to Osun State. For the immigration authorities in Osun, however, the immediate focus remains on establishing the full circumstances surrounding the 55 arrests. Investigators will need to determine how the migrants entered Nigeria, who facilitated their movement, how long they have been in the country, and whether their reported online business activities complied with Nigerian laws. The Immigration Command's warning that the operation is only the beginning could also signal further arrests in the state. The 55 migrants remain in the custody of immigration authorities as profiling and other procedures continue. The case has also placed renewed attention on the need for effective border monitoring, proper documentation of foreign nationals, and stronger coordination between immigration and other security agencies. What began as an intelligence-led operation in Osun has now opened a wider question. How many other undocumented foreign nationals could be living and conducting business in Nigerian communities without the knowledge of immigration authorities? If you found this report insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am Cassie Tony. Thanks for watching.